It has been one incredible week. Our first few days with Switch have been glorious, and you guys have been commenting away, so it's an extra big, extra juicy, extra special comment for us this week, all full of Switch goodness. What is going on, everybody? It's Zach from Switch Force. I've got Jake and Gabe with me, and we have entered the era of Switch, and so these comments are pulled from all the videos across the week. We are omitting Zelda comments because we're doing a special Zelda edition comment force that will focus all on that. There were so many comments and questions about Zelda, we wanted a separate video to really give it its due. So that will be coming soon. Right now, though, Push a Tag kicks it off, guys. Is Gabe dead due to overload of excitement?
Now, this, to give it context, he wasn't just asking if Gabe just died, but this was on the Snipper Clips video because we all know how hyped Gabe is to play Snipper Clips with his new friends that he makes along the way. So he was saying once they got announced that Snipper Clips is a launch game, did Gabe die of excitement?
And also because I wasn't on the video. I was editing other Switch Force videos. It's been a busy week. So
it has. But I like that Gaming Legends comes up with an alternative way that you died, which is ketchup overload.
And again, shout out to Gaming Legends for being an older fan of Zach and I's original podcast where ketchup was a topic way too often.
I like to think that Gabe is stuck in purgatory and he's never going to get the Switch. So he's living out this just like loop, this Groundhog Day where he keeps getting up to March 2nd and then it cancels.
No,
and then March 2nd,
and then when he gets
cancels.
to March 3rd and he opens the box and it's just ketchup packets and no Switch.
Oh, that would be the worst.
Or Gabe, I just picture you having a future as an elderly craft creator. So you make crafts for elders, and you go and you do crafts at like nursing homes.
Where did that come
hospice
from?
care.
Yeah,
his love for Snipper Clips.
There's the segue there is completely missing, but okay, I like it.
I don't think I'm dead.
Made sense in my head.
I don't think I'm dead. I think I'm okay.
Yeah, wait till March 2nd.
All right.
Groundhog Day over and over again.
Kirby Fan 248 gets us back on track by saying they made a Splatoon avatar, but not a Kirby avatar. Come on, Nintendo. And he is referencing the icons for your profile on Switch. There are 60 of them. They cover the Mario characters, Animal Crossing, Splatoon, Pikmin, a little bit of Star Fox, a little bit of Metroid.
A bunch of Zelda that you just refuse to mention.
Yeah, a bunch of Zelda, no Kirby. Yeah. Do you guys think that there's going to be like DLC for icons and avatars? I mean, I think like when ARMS comes out, Mario Odyssey, they have to have ones that are representing their big new game.
Yeah,
of
for
course.
Sure. I don't know if it'll be like purchase necessary or like based on like what games you own, then you'll unlock, new like when you put the cartridge in, if it'll unlock avatars or if it'll be free download. That would be
a nice little addition.
But something, yeah.
I like the idea of like tying some icons to the cartridge, so the cartridge like adds in and then like boom, you get a notification that like your icon, I don't know if it's possible, but that it was somehow modifying or unlocking or just a download.
So Sony
really cool.
does themes like based on games or whatever. Like if you pre-order, for example, Persona, you get a Persona theme. They had one for like Dishonored 2, I remember, stuff like that. So maybe they can do things like that, and more than just the avatars, also for the themes, because we know that Switch now supports themes.
Right, they currently just have a white and black theme, which is basically like a day and night mode. But I'm super pumped for when they do include. I hope they can do dynamic themes. I think that would look fantastic on that screen. It's a pretty clean interface, as you guys have all seen. So I think it would look real cool to have some Pokemon battling in the background, or just like what if it was like Mario running through Mario Maker state? Ugh, get me them themes, like freaking drugs. If you guys could pick one game to have an icon from, or one like series, what would you pick?
I think either 8-bit retro ones or Kremlings.
Okay. Yes, Donkey Kong Country.
Yep.
Did Pikmin have any?
Yeah, there's a couple Pikmin.
Bayonetta. Even though it's not a Nintendo game, so it makes no sense. But whatever, leave me alone.
Gabe, you're just in purgatory. We don't worry about you.
Yeah.
Mark Sherman says no installation times, and I can seamlessly switch between TV and portable. Goodbye, Xbox One. The Switch is a dream come true.
I think Mark Sherman is just secretly Kojima, because Kojima said something equally.
Someone else said that too. I don't remember. It was about they were talking about some game that people.
It was a Square Enix person. I remember that, I think, but take that with a grain of salt. My memory is a little foggy. I don't have it in front of me. But another developer/publisher said something about the Switch being a dream come true. Given the aspect that you can take it on the go and play at home with generally the same graphics. Yes, it's a lower resolution, but it looks pretty similar.
I've been loving that aspect lately. I mean, I've been traveling, but even just at home, staying with my girlfriend's family right now, and like being able to play on the TV and then pick it up and like go in the living room and hang out with them and still have Zelda on me and still. Well, I mean, I am talking to them. I'm not like completely glued to this thing, but the option to take it with you or like bring it, in the car or, just be convenient. So like, okay, I want to play in bed right now, just handheld, but okay, now I'm recording, so I want to, dock it and connect it. I love that flexibility, and it really is living out that future that we imagined where like, okay, this is a system that's flexible and fits your lifestyle no matter what you are, where you are, who you are. And I love that it's actualizing itself. And that's just one game. Like, this becomes even more awesome when there's multiple games that, multiplayer. I just got 1-2 Switch in, so it'll be super cool, like, to bring that out and play that and then be able, like, to swap back to Zelda. By the way, cool little fact, no install times, but it does save the icon on the screen. So you keep the icon there. So, like, it shows currently, even though I have nothing in, it shows a 1-2 Switch and a Breath of the Wild icon on the main home screen, as opposed to, like, 3DS where I believe it, you take out the cartridge and it removes the icon.
I'm assuming you can also edit those, like, once you have a bunch of games. So.
I'm trying to look who said this Switch is a dream system. It was someone, I don't know.
What does Adamski say, though?
Adamski says, how is the speaker on the Switch in handheld mode? How loud or quiet is it? This is a good question.
Why do you think it's Adamski? Why not just Adamski 22?
Because there's no
Listen,
space.
In Purgatory, people say things weird.
It says Adamski.
All right.
Adamski 22. Yeah, it's loud enough. The best way I can put it is I don't have the thing fully turned up when I'm playing without headphones, and it works great. But yeah, it's playing loud, and I have had no issues. I did have issues with the old iPhones, and I don't have issues with this, so take that as your answer. Orcanus2 or Orcanes2 says, LOL, when the title read that the Joy-Cons disconnect, I thought that they physically disconnect and the Switch would fall down, which I just thought was like a really funny thought.
That's a dangerous thing.
Instead of them disconnecting like the wireless disconnecting, that they actually were falling off the tablet and like just couldn't stick on.
Can you imagine that if you were just like playing like somewhere like standing up or something, and then like the screen just fell off and you were just like,
Oh god, no! That literally, like, it's the thing when like your teeth are cold. It gives me that like pain feeling in my head. I don't want to.
But
I don't have any sort of dropsies. I've never cracked a phone screen, but I have been nervous for the Switch multiple times just because I know that currently there's no way to replace it. Like, if I screw this one up, it's done till March 3rd.
Couple of fun facts. One, I just recently broke my phone screen a few days ago. I told you guys all.
Congratulations. That's what Purgatory is all about.
Yeah. The other thing, just for context of the comment here, I'm sure everybody heard of it, but for the few of you that haven't, there is a synchronization issue with particularly the left Joy-Con, where like if you cover it with your hand a little like too much, the signal just gets weak or something, and it acts like it's like desynced from the actual system. There's a video dedicated to that with a little bit more detail you can go check out on the channel, but that's what they're referring to.
Yeah. And just as a me update, I have had none of those issues. I've played, plenty of Zelda, 15 hours or something, no disconnects. I played with grip, I've played on handheld, I've played with split Joy-Cons, 0 disconnect, but that's just me personally. Arcade Misfortune says, Switch has me creation. Me. Nah, I think I'll stick with avatars. Switch, but you can pose them. Me. OMFG, la la la, pukes rainbows. And I love this because that's basically how I was. I was like, okay, me's are here. You can color their hair, whatever you want. That's kind of cool. Wait, poses? Okay, this is what I'm using. So my current icon.
Rainbows?
I wish.
No.
That would be cool.
But one of the poses, there are a lot of really good poses, and I love the fact that it's not just like, oh, you can pick your me, of course, but I love the fact that you have all of these. So I want to just give you I'm gonna try to describe some of them for you right now. There is resting, there is creeping, there is stunned, there is boxing, there is fist pump, there is surprise, there is confused, there is really zoomed in, there's sleepy. But the best part is it's not just poses, you can also change their facial expression. So angry, sad, happy, winking,
okay,
weird. So I mean, it's great.
It's memojis.
Yes, that's a great, dude. Trademark that and sell it to Nintendo.
TM right there. Boom.
Done. All you have to do is say TM and it just happens.
We are gonna be rich. Fanboy Daniel says, did you have to charge the Switch before using it, or is it charged right out of the box?
Here, your mileage may vary on that thing. I think everybody's Switch is going to come with a different percentage of battery, but I think most of them will.
If you get the lucky 13, you win a free set of games for the rest of the year.
Not true. But yeah.
From you?
No. Never mind.
I was going to say, what the heck?
No, I think it comes around. Mine came around like 70, 75, so it's a decent charge. Like, if you're worried about that you have to charge it before enjoying it, no, you're going to be able to dive right in. So you get Zelda, you get that Switch, or you get Snipper Clips or whatever you want. You'll be able to play.
And then just throw in the
right
AC adapter as you're playing, so it's charging while you're playing.
Yeah, you'll be good.
Exactly. There you go. Charge and play at the same time. Always number one says, I'm going to buy it just for the bumble wrap.
Bumble wrap is a very exquisite thing made only by the finest honeybees.
I was genuinely shocked that they had bubble wrap in the packaging.
I giggle every time I see this comment because it says bumble wrap, and I do just imagine like a whole bunch of bees covering it up.
Or not even bees, like just like the honeycomb hex structure versus regular bubble wrap, and it's like sweet tasting. I don't know.
Maybe we should revolutionize the bubble wrap industry.
Bumble wrap TM.
No, it's like it's got honey on the inside of the bubble wrap, so it keeps the bubble wrap stuck to the thing.
Okay.
It's just an ooey gooey mess.
All right.
Ugh. Yeah, that's another thing I'm a little worried of. Like, I kind of am playing the Switch all the time, so I don't want to get like milk or honey or salad dressing on it.
Just don't play it while you eat.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
I know, but there's food. There's rogue food all over it. People
There's
have
food attacking you from every corner of the atmosphere.
Haven't you seen the Mario Odyssey trailer?
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Gercules, what do you got for us?
Gercules says, anyone else notice that it shows you what color Joy-Cons are connected? And this is actually a cool touch. It does show you which Joy-Con you have connected. So I've got the neon one, so it shows the blue and red. And obviously, if you have the gray, it'll do that. And this has me very hopeful for more Joy-Con, because if they implement a feature that shows the colors, it's got to be for more than two, three colors, right?
I just like that it shows that like Nintendo goes the extra mile.
Absolutely. It is a really nice little polished touch, and the system eschews polish all over. And, you know, I plan on grabbing a blue set of Joy-Con for multiplayer, and I'm going to then make it a blue system, and it'll be cool to see that reflected. It's actually cool how it has the little icons and the little representation for whatever mode you're playing in, so it will show you, hey, you're in handheld, hey, you're in grip, hey, you're in, you know, whatnot, and with the colored Joy-Cons, what's connected. I like that interface, and I like how it's reminding you, like, this is what you're doing.
It's beautiful.
I was really hopeful that Snipper Clips, when they announced a Joy-Con bundle, would have pink and yellow Joy-Con, but
yeah,
no dice.
I'll spray paint it for you. Don't worry about it.
I really want to do that. I really want to get.
But then they'll show up as different colors on the system, and then we'll be all confused, Gabe.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Go back to purgatory.
Right. Gosh.
Oh my god, that's a weird kind of purgatory of its own. Like, imagine spray painting them or painting them or dipping them or whatever. So you have like, I don't know, like a gold and silver Switch Joy-Con, but then on the screen it's like blue and red, and you're like, what? It's like the dress thing again. Well, is it blue or is it gold?
That's already going to be the case because you can get D-brand skins from it. You can make them different colors. So, you know, this is a real... Maybe I'm back from purgatory. I'm in real life again.
No, Gabe, not yet.
All right.
This is one of my favorites of the week. Detector20 says, take Pokemon, put it in a Zelda Breath of the Wild world, add multiplayer, bam. And a lot of people like this idea.
Now, hold on. Wait. Let me just say something. That...
Yes.
We had a video a while ago about like our dream games for Nintendo Switch, and I mentioned open world Pokemon, and you guys like scoffed at me. And now this guy says it, and you guys think it's a great idea. What the heck?
I don't remember scoffing at you, but the video was a very long time ago. It was like one of our like first 5 videos, I think.
Oh, so I was just too ahead of my time.
Yeah, you're too ahead.
Yeah. You were a junior Switch Force member back then, so we didn't take it too seriously. But I think this is a great idea, and especially after the comments from the president of the Pokemon Company stating that Pokemon will be changing, it will be evolving, it will need some modifications to better fit the Switch, better fit the hybrid, better fit the tech specs. And he did reference Pokken Tournament and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon as, you know, other games that they make, and I take that as a hint that, hey, we're going to be getting a switch up for Pokemon Switch, and who knows, maybe it does go open world, kind of like Zelda.
I think that would be wonderful. I'm hopeful because Mystery Dungeon and Pokken, you control the Pokemon, which is what I want to do.
Look,
that's what you want for an open world?
Yeah, something like, where you actually are in control of the Pokemon, like your button presses do different moves that the Pokemon do.
As soon as Monolith is done with Xenoblade 2, they can jump on over, hang out with the Pokemon Company, and make a open world Pokemon game just for Jake.
Great. TM.
Yeah, they did good work on Zelda with Nintendo, so let's queue them up for another great game. Open world Pokemon. This time, I still think it would be very cool because look, let's be honest, they're going to retain a lot of the form factor of the originals. So if you were a trainer and you kind of went around with your Pokemon, but it was in a 3D world with really good graphics and just more of an open structure with still like battle elements,
yeah,
could be good. Great idea, Detector 20. Thanks for putting that in there. Hadn't heard that one before.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Exactly. Ian Hadlock says, "Wow, dude, I'm so excited for you guys. I'm impressed you found a 200 gig micro SD card for less than $100. That's awesome. I'm glad I didn't buy one yet. I'm going to look a little harder for a deal like that." And I just put this in here basically as a PSA. We're going to link to the SD cards that we got in the description from Amazon. They come in, a whole lot of varieties. The 64 is a sweet spot. The 128 is a sweet spot, and it's a really good price. So just make sure you don't overspend on this stuff. It can be gotten very cheaply, or at least cheaper, and these are ultra high speeds, so you're going to be clear and good with a fast loading card. And yeah, you don't need to overpay. So check the description. We'll have the link down there. And those of you who want to go digital can grab one of those. I got a 200 gig just so I'm future proofed, and Jake and Gabe have 120s to start off.
Because we are inferior.
No.
Also because one of us is dead.
Exactly. Alfonso Soroka says the Switch sound effect is instantly going down in history as one of the best audio branding elements of all time.
I do,
and I agree.
I think it's like a Pavlov's salivating dog experiment. Like Nintendo wants us to, every time we hear the Switch sound, instantly want to play Switch. And like the first time I heard it on the reveal trailer, I thought it was just for the video and not actually gonna be something that permeates throughout all of Switch culture. But now every time I hear it, I just want to grab a Switch and play it. So I think it's like a Pavlov's conditioning experiment.
Yeah, and
I like Switch culture better than fart culture.
No one knows what that's about.
Nobody knows what that means. That's so random.
Fart culture is the fascination with farts, so Switch culture is the fascination with Switch.
All right. The sound that the Switch console itself makes in a lot of aspects is very cool. I like the menu sounds. I like that you can click on each one of the individual icons and they all have something a little different. It's so cool.
Yeah, and they it's nice that obviously there's the digital sound, of the Switch when you turn it on, and like we mentioned, all the menu sound effects are really fun and zesty. But I also like that when you physically connect the Joy-Cons.
Why are you eating them?
No, it's full of zest. It's like it's a charming sound. But I like that when you physically connect the Joy-Cons to the tablet, there's a little click of its own. Obviously, it's not as amazing as the Nintendo created Switch sound, but it's still a good snap, and I feel like they're going to utilize this at some point to activate us as their tree planting army or their ocean cleanup crew, or I don't know. I picture Miyamoto wanting us to do good things.
I'm glad that they are doing good in the world instead of acting us to be evil robots or something. That they're going to help us restore the planet to the way it's supposed to be.
Exactly. Switch is just a secret mole to eventually unleash beautification of planet Earth. Let's see. Ties, Kicks, and More says, what a name.
That's a great name.
This guy, it's funny because he says Switch Force shirts soon. It sounds like he's got his own shop. You wanna sell them for us?
At Switch Force shirts at Ties, Kicks, and More.
And what he is referring to in the unboxing stuff, Mr. Zachary had a Switch Force shirt on. We have some that Zach graciously got made for us individually, but they're not for sale or anything like that. We have some for us, but enough of you asked.
If there's more requests, maybe we'll do them for a milestone or a fun thing, so we can all be part of the Switch Force community once the Switch comes out, something like that. So let us know if that's something you're interested in. We can definitely make it happen. I think they turned out really good. Kudos to Jake on the logo work, and kudos to Gabe on the modeling.
Yeah. What? Yep.
It happened.
Okay.
Speaking of Gabe, Datsun Batson says, "Where is my boy Gabe?" And then Grant says, "Gabe is love, game is life." And the Blue Bit Gamer says, "Gabe is dead." And then "Please do nothing." The cook says, "Taking out the trash," which is a very if you just brush over it, okay, they're saying that Gabe is taking out the trash. But if you look at sort of the underlying meaning, I wonder if it means Gabe is dead, taking out the trash. Gabe was the trash, and now he's been taken out.
Or "Please do nothing to the cook." He's in his own little world, and he's just explaining what he's doing as the cook, taking out the trash.
I like that this episode is very me-centric for some reason.
People are very concerned about you, Gabe, and they should be now that they learned that you're in purgatory.
I'm worried that the Blue Bit Gamer has some like hidden info that he knows you're dead.
No, but they're acting like I was missing for days. I literally made a video 2 days ago, and then I was editing. So sorry.
Oh, Gabe, you're just loved. Caleb Swallis, or Caleb Swales, I guess, says, "Why does everyone keep sniffing the Switch? Hashtag Nintendo Switch."
Hashtag Kit did it first.
But it is true that like olfactory senses are like the strongest tie to memory out of like all the senses.
Okay.
So like if you want to like remember what the Switch was like when you first opened it, smell it, because when you smell that smell again, which will be kind of rare, but if you do ever, you'll be instantly brought back to that moment that you opened the Switch. Except for Gabe. Gabe's out of luck again. Sorry, Gabe.
They don't know that about me, so they're lost.
Gabe can't smell,
Yeah,
so
they're lost
to
once
him
again.
the Switch smells the same as a rusty mushroom.
Again, this CommentForce is all me. I like it. All right, let's do this more often.
Guys, what were you guys trying to do? Trying to give Gabe a little party here. Let's see if Shigeru Miyamoto has something more Switch related. By the way, thanks for coming to our channel.
He's our friend. He's our friend.
He says, "Does anyone know how comfortable the grip is compared to the Pro controller? I might not get the Pro for a while." Dang, they don't even give Miyamoto one for free. What is that about?
He has to buy his own
Mario.
controllers.
He works on the game and he has to buy his own controller. First of all, we're very sorry to hear this, Miyamoto. Thank you so much for all your great hard work and efforts, and hopefully they treat you better over there. In the meantime, though, the grip is insanely comfortable. It's really grown on me. I'm a big proponent of the Pro controller. I'll be getting one, but using the grip now for a couple of days, I really like it. It's got that super smooth plastic. It sort of melts away into your hands after a couple of uses, and I mean like physically. This isn't like an issue with it, but like metaphorically, it melts.
You hold it, it's like chocolate. It's like, oh, dang it.
Well,
Breaking news. Joy-Cons
disconnect
melt.
issues. Yeah, I didn't want there to think there's like a heat issue. No, but yeah, it's really comfy. I still think the Pro Controller is ultimately the best way to play, but I will say it's very nice to have less plastic. So being able to utilize the Joy-Cons for a couple things, I don't know. I guess like having the grip or having the Pro Controller really isn't that much of a difference. But yeah, the grip is really comfortable. I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised by how nice the grip feels out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
Necropig says Thursday is the 23rd. Yep. Got that comment.
I said that I messed up and said November instead of February in a different video. So clearly, like, we need to get like an official SwitchForce calendar so we all know.
For those of you that don't know what's happening, because sometimes you got to realize not everybody watches every video. Zach said the incorrect date on one of the videos, which happens. We're human. We say things that aren't.
I kept saying Thursday the 24th instead of Thursday the 23rd.
Yeah, and like I said, we will be wrong on stuff like this again. I promise.
Oh, that sounds like something someone in purgatory would say. Okay, Mimi has an important dilemma for us to go through. So
no,
we're
it's
gonna give
Mimi.
him some advice. It's me.
God.
He says, I still can't decide if I want digital or physical. On one hand, you don't get to see the box art in your collection, you don't feel the cartridge, and you have to buy an SD card. But you may be charged for more than you could ever have the game for. You have all the games with you wherever you are, which means it's unlikely to be lost or forgotten when you go out. On the other hand, you can also bring the cartridges with you wherever you are. The box is nice to look at, and you could have a physical collection, and game retailers will probably have better deals than you can get digitally, but you could lose your games outside, or you could forget to bring a game with you on your travels. Guys, suggest and make an argument. Which should I get, physical or digital?
Physical.
Okay. Jake loves physical. I love digital. There's also a comment coming up that gives you like a perfect answer. So we'll save most of your answer for that comment. Just wait a couple of minutes and you'll see it. But I'm not into like physical goods anymore. I don't want them around me. I'm okay. I prefer everything digital, but that's just me. It's a case by case basis.
But like you can have with physical, you get the cool box art. You have the resale value if you want to eventually. I don't think you're ever going to lose it because, like, even if you have your games digitally, you could lose your SD card if you have multiple for, like, all your games. And also, you're going to have games like Snipper Clips that are required to be on your system. So, like, you'll always have a backup plan. So, if you did forget to bring Zelda with you, you could still play, like, something simple for the few hours that you needed to. So, I say physical.
Yeah, but Mimi, there is a comment coming up, like I said, that will help you out.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But I do think, like, it's an interesting thing, right? And I feel like I want to go more physical because the cartridges are so small, because they can be brought with you.
Wait. If Nintendo is really about activating us to be eco saviors, then maybe we shouldn't buy all of that plastic.
That is a lot of plastic.
Then why did they put such beautiful artwork on the inside?
They're conflicting me.
I think, you can do whatever you see fit. If you want to buy an SD card and stick it in there, you probably won't lose that as easily as you lose the cartridges. But again, like, you're going to want a case for this Switch. You want to protect the screen, so that's an easy place to store the cards. And then you have the physical boxes, and you can resell the games then, which I think is a great option for a lot of people, to have the option to get deals, get Black Friday sales, get stuff like that.
Sure, then
and
you can also
trade them, sell them, all that.
lend them to your friends is the other thing.
I also,
Yeah, exactly.
I guess it's like what kind of
sharing is caring.
It's kind of what kind of person you are, because like there's people who like 90% of the world can't finish a chapstick without losing it, but like I'm the kind of person that finishes every chapstick I've ever had and don't lose it. So
Dude,
if you know,
you need to put that on your dating profile.
if you know,
I finish things.
Look, if we ever do make you a dating profile, never lost chapstick in my life is number one.
Next up, we have Savage Kid 94 who says, "Oh shoot, I sleep less than 4 hours a day. Charging grip for me then." So this poor guy.
Dave, is this what
he
you
only
look
gets
like in
4 hours of
purgatory
sleep.
with these big bug eyes?
Yeah, I'm worried about you, man. Your eyes are looking a little out of control. Your hair is messy, and I think you need some more sleep. The charging grip is, 20 hours of gameplay on those Joy-Con, and this guy plans on burning through that every day. But I mean, you could recharge them while you sleep; they will recharge. But I'm seriously worried, and I think you need to
So it
sleep.
looks
You
like
gotta
Just
eat,
out.
dude.
Get some rest.
You gotta eat. You gotta go outside. Maybe take a potty break. Like, I hope you're doing other stuff.
Yeah, you don't need the charging grip. I mean, if you want the charging grip, we have a comment on that later, which will fill you in on what's up with the charging grip. So stay tuned for that. Gold1515 has one of my favorite comments of the week. "When I run, I pretend I'm Link. That's not weird, is it? I also like to pick up sticks and swing them around like I'm fighting Bokoblins. I'm an adult, but I'm a child at heart."
That's beautiful.
And then Mario Bros 34 Mario says, "When I run, I think I'm Super Mario."
Zach, that voice perfectly fits with the doggo picture. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Have you guys ever done anything like this?
I mean, I can remember, I don't know how long ago it was, trying to like run around my house with like in like the Naruto ninja pose with like my arms down on my sides, not pumping them, just keeping them stiff, and seeing like how that worked, if that was like a faster way to run or something like that.
It was 3
Was
days.
it faster?
It was 3 days ago, Jake. I don't know why you don't remember.
Gabe, how are you spying on me from purgatory?
Was it faster, Jake?
I don't know. It's very awkward. I don't know if it makes you supposed to make you more aerodynamic, like an airplane, or what their thinking is. But
I remember being in 6th grade, and my PE teacher and me were like, we'd butt heads because I was really good at basketball, and he was really immature. He'd like fart on kids. It was gross. So I always wanted to be in the gym, but then we kind of were at odds. And he didn't want me there. Anyhow, I did track, and he was the track coach as well. And I remember we were running laps outside, and he said something about like, "Oh, make sure you like go faster." And so I decided to do like the Charlie Brown thing, where your arms are like straight down and run the whole thing, just my arms straight down.
Make sure you go faster. Does he understand how running works? There's a max speed that most people would like have. Like,
no, he's pushing you
boy.
past your limits, Gabe. That's how you get better.
I like that this guy though is a kid at heart. I think the Switch really brings out a lot of that fun.
I fully
in games.
encourage you to keep doing this as long as you're not hitting people with the sticks.
yeah, Gold.
Yeah, don't actually hit people.
There is
but-
nothing against that. When I was maybe 12 years old, I used to go to the backyard and like recreate like anime scenes. I had like sticks that I would like pretend are swords and stuff. But
Nice.
12 years old, a long time ago. But yeah,
Can
keep
you
up.
please do that for me, like at the Switch launch? I want you to recreate an anime for me.
Let's do it. But Gold, keep on
I
being
wish-
you, man.
I wish we could dig out. Me and Jake made a movie years way back when we were really little, and it was like Naruto meets Kanye West meets Alien Attack movie, home movie, and it was
literally
we put so much work
literally
into it. We
the
lost
best movie ever created on this planet.
I'm looking for it in your basement.
I think
We've
I
looked.
honestly
It's
think it
gone.
got swallowed.
Gabe,
by
it's
the-
probably with you in
the
purgatory.
ether. Yeah.
Found it.
Let's see. Sangwoo Shin comes in with a comment about the digital versus physical. So this is for you, Mimi. This answers your question. I thought this was a great and very clever response. They say, "I'm going to only have indie games and multiplayer games as digital. They are smaller and makes it way more convenient to always have a bunch of indies or games to play with friends outside. AAA games are most likely to be in my physical library as cartridges because I probably won't play a story-heavy game outside, and it makes it way easier to move out the way when you're done. If you finish playing Zelda, you're stuck with 15 gigs that you have to keep on your console or erase it and then re-download it later, whereas if you go physical, you can just set that game aside, which I think is a really great point, especially on the separation of indie multiplayer versus single player. Because it would be nice to shelve Zelda when you're done with it, or shelve, Mario Odyssey when you're done with it, and not have that hog up a bunch of space and have to deal with the dilemma of, like, do I delete? Am I going to want to go back to this? Ooh, I need to save it for the DLC later. But then having stuff like Snipper Clips or 1-2-Switch or, Fast Racing Remix all accessible right at the palm of your hand.
This is what I was getting at, but in a much more precise and proper format. So congratulations.
Yeah, I think this is a great answer for Mimi.
I think this is my answer too. I think I'm going to do something like this. Like stuff like, obviously downloadable stuff like Snipper Clips, Jackbox Party Pack, those are going to be digital no matter what. But even stuff, multiplayer focused, eventually like NBA 2K, I don't know, things like that would be really cool to be able to bring with you everywhere. The Unfunny White Kid says, this park bench is perfect for Switch. So far, I think this is one of my favorite moments in Switch Force history, which is a great little reference.
Your ideal Switch locations, man. That's what you got to do.
Speaking of maps, I really love the stamp and map feature in Zelda, because you can do colored stamps, but you can also do all these little ones like, here's like an enemy icon or a weapon icon, and I picture you doing this in the real world, like bench icon, comfy rock icon.
I just have little Switch stickers that I put everywhere I want to play the Switch.
Oh,
yes.
Comfy rock icon. Huh.
It's a little... Are you wondering what that looks like?
I'm just wondering what a comfortable rock is. I think most rocks feel the same.
A good one that you can, rest your sore, weary legs on. You can cozy up to in a windy day.
Speaking of cozying up, Kello
Cabana says, I like to go back and watch Wii U unboxing videos to get a sense of how people felt about it at the time. I did the same thing in 2012 at the end of the Wii's life cycle, and this is in reference to what are you going to do while waiting for Switch. We had some very interesting responses. Kello came in with, I thought, one of the coolest.
This kind of reminds me of watching, listening, or like rewatching like home videos of like Christmas, like around Christmas time, like with your family, just like to kind of get yourself back in the same spirit.
Yeah, she says I ended up watching a 6-hour We Got a Wii marathon by one of the major gaming websites. I think it was GameSpot. Pretty interesting to watch them play Twilight Princess for the first time and hearing their initial reactions to the console, which I think is really cool too. To go back, see what the hype was like, see what the mind share was like at that time. We know what it's like right now, and obviously, we're documenting our experience with Switch, and maybe you'll end up doing the same. But I thought this was a really kind of very thoughtful way to wait for Switch. Do you guys remember what your initial impressions were of Wii or Wii U?
Wii U, I went and got on midnight with very little fanfare. There was maybe like 10 of us there. I didn't feel like particularly excited because I just like rushed home and made YouTube videos, so I didn't like really. I can't say I was crazy excited for Wii U. So
I don't remember like. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
I was gonna say the Wii U I got in the morning somehow. I think it was because I was moving, so I didn't know where to pre-order, which seems very unlike me. At least for consoles, I don't pre-order games, but consoles, yeah. But the Wii, I remember just being fascinated with the motion control. I remember being just so impressed, like navigating the menus, and it actually kind of re-hit me again at the Switch because the right Joy-Con is a really good motion control, and there's some shrines in Zelda that require it, and some, the arrow aiming feels great and precise. I love arrows. You don't have to point it, there's no sensor bar, so you just get to aim and tilt however you want. You want to put it behind your back, above your head, convenient. Well, behind your back, yeah, it will, because it's, you're not pointing, you're just motioning.
Yeah, but behind the back gives issues with the syncing and all that.
Okay, so don't put it behind your back.
Yeah.
Try it.
But anyhow, I'm back in love with the little bit of motion. I don't want to go back to the Wii era, but yes.
We want to move forward to the next comment.
I like this nostalgic Nintendo look back to Wii and Wii U, and I hope people look back on Switch as a shining gem of where Nintendo started really getting things so right. I think they will.
Or the opposite, Nintendo's last console. One of the two. We'll see.
Based on my first 4 days of Switch, I think they have a bright future. Market Man Damian Mark says, snap your fingers every time you hear the word Switch.
Can't do that.
Which, that would give me calluses.
Yeah, no.
We say Switch a lot over here.
Yeah. And wait, is it weird that I'm right-handed and I can't snap my fingers with my right hand, only with my left? How weird is that?
That's a little weird.
All right.
What happens when you try to snap?
Here, let's do a sound. This is my left. This is my right.
Ooh.
This is my right.
Ooh.
I can't do it.
Like a thud.
It sounds like
snap.
Yeah.
I just can't get the friction. I can't get it done.
No, but I like the idea that like we all like snap on command whenever we hear the word switch. It's part of Nintendo's conditioning.
Right.
Before we go build trees, we have to be snappers.
All right.
Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap, snap, snip, snap, snip. That's an Office reference. Kotonaru16 says, the idea of Joy-Con charging grip is to buy it together with a second set of Joy-Cons so that you can charge both sets at the same time and have a set never go out of battery. Plus, then you have 2 grips for 2 players. And probably the Switch doesn't come with a charging grip because Nintendo thinks it's not necessary with just one set of Joy-Con, which I thought was a real interesting and spot-on just idea about the grip. Like, if you have a second pair, then maybe it is a little more worthwhile. Obviously, you could just interchange them on the Switch itself. But yeah, the grip makes a lot more sense when you have multiple sets of Joy-Con.
I think Kotonaru must just work for Nintendo marketing because he clearly knows exactly what they're doing and why they're doing it.
And I hate to burst his bubble, but I think the reason the charging grip doesn't come with the Switch is because they want to sell it to you. So I don't.
Yeah. I like his usage case because it makes a whole lot more sense if you have multiple sets. If you have one set, I feel like it's really not good.
Yeah, I'm not into the charging grip. So
all usernames taken with the tongue twister of a name says, I was considering going semi-digital, but after seeing the beautiful artwork on the inside of the case, I'm convinced to go as physical as possible. And that's exactly how I am. I mean, I even saw this 1-2 Switch case has all 28 games, like little images on there. And it's really cool because then you learn about all the games. It shows these little like pepper icons so you can see like, I think it's the like action level of each because like Melky Cow is 1, but then Gorilla Craziness has 5 chili peppers.
It's how spicy.
But it's just cool, like
how much it's gonna make you sweat.
Again, yeah, how hot's it gonna make you? It's cool that they're utilizing the inside for like really pretty stuff. So that's another reason to go physical is the pretty interiors. And he says, by the way, Snipper Clips would have such a cool looking inside artwork, and I'm sad that we don't get to ever see that.
I feel like it would have like do-it-yourself cutouts and things like that.
For Snipper Clips? Oh yeah, then Gabe, you could bring it to the nursing home.
There we go.
TJ Pecor, as the final comment of the week, in reference to the Switch Thieves, he says, I'm surprised Reggie didn't break their back. And I can attest to this comment being, hey, if he could have, he probably would have, because I've seen that man, and he is a very large and strong man with a lot of purpose. And so if he was tasked with doing that, I'm sure he could accomplish it. Luckily, he's too focused on signing all these Switch letters and making sure the system comes out, which is so freaking close. This was a really big comment for us. A ton of comments this week. Thank you so much for all your support, for all the interaction. We've been blown away by the support and the feedback and just the overall community that we're building here. So thank you so much for being a part of it. We've got that bonus Zelda comment force that I mentioned coming up very soon. That's a really cool one. And then next Saturday is going to be Switch is there. Like, how crazy is that our next comment force?
I hope most comments next week are about how everybody loves the Switch.
Unless you don't get there, Gabe.
I'll be there.
March 2nd. Watch out for it.
I've got to be careful.
March 2nd.
It's going to be March 2nd, then you're going to loop back, and it's going to be January 15th, like the day after the Switch New York event. You're going to be like, only 2 more months, guys. Oh, boy. It's been a long wait, but the week is finally here. We hope you guys and girls are all pumped for it already. Whether you're getting a Switch now, in the summer, or sometime in the future, I think you're really going to love it. And we love that you are experiencing and enjoying it with us. So thank you so much to everyone for watching. This has been the 4th Comment Force, and there will be a bonus one soon. Until that time, though, for myself, Jake, and Gabe, Switch Force out.